and welcome back to the final part of the Pippi mitts tutorial. So by now you will have completed the entire hand of your mitt, and we bound off at the top here, we worked the ribbon, we bound off, and we're now ready to do the thumb. So just to pick up those thumb gusset stitches and work the thumb. It's actually really quick to do this. The fiddliest part is getting those stitches back on the needle. Once you've done that, it's just very simple then. So I'm going to show you how we tackle that, or how I tackle it I should say. So we've got our 16 stitches that are on our waist yarn here, and then we need to pick up some stitches to close the gap. I tend to find it easier if I turn the mitt upside down, and then if you just look at the kind of mechanics of it, we've got the 2 stitches that we cast on as the extra ones, if you remember. This is the 2 stitches here and here. And then, so I mean what some patterns will tell you to do is just to pick up 2 stitches in the gap. You will then have holes either side, and inevitably you might end up with holes anyway which need just quickly darning. I don't have a problem in darning those holes because you're going to have the tail from your yarn from when you start picking up those stitches anyway. So you've got a tail there waiting to use just to close up any gaps. So I never really worry if I end up with gaps. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a couple of extras as well. So we're going to pick up the 2 stitches that we cast on, and then we'll pick up one either side. It's kind of a little bit trickier on this side of the mitt because we've got that eyelet hole here. So it might be that you do end up with a bit of a gap. But you know, don't worry, honestly, it's not a big thing even if you do have a gap. So the first stitch, I'm going to pick up one of these 2 stitches that we cast on, and I'm going to go not here because that will create a hole. I'm going to go just underneath. You see, you could even go in between. Can you see the little V here? You see, you can either pick up there, or you can go one down and pick up there. I'm going to go here because I know that's less inclined then to get a hole. So stick your needle in, join your yarn, leaving a little tail because chances are we're going to have to sew up some holes. So leave a nice little tail. Just pop a loop over and pick up that stitch. And then the next one is going to be on this side here where we've got the eyelet. So this, you know, it's a bit trickier because we've got the eyelet there, but just go in where you think it looks least likely it's going to cause a hole, and there looks good to me. There we go, that looks pretty good. So we've got the 2 stitches there that we've picked up and knit, and then I'm just going to use another DPN just to pick up the first 8 stitches. You can do all this on magic loop if you prefer. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then just pull the waist yarn out of those 8 stitches, and then I'll just knit those onto this other DPN. Okay, so we've now got half of the stitches on one DPN. So go around the other side and first of all pick up the other 8 from the other side. So again, using the other DPN, just pick them up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give the yarn a tug just to show that 8th. There we go. And then pull out the waist yarn. And then just knit these onto another DPM. And then all we've got to do is pick up the other 2 stitches, and again I'll just use a 3rd DPN to do that, and then we can transfer the whole lot onto magic loop. So we've got the 8 stitches there, and we just need 2 more from the other side. So we've got that 1 stitch that we cast on there ready, and then we just need 1 from this side. So again, just go where you think it's not going to produce a hole. And there, looks pretty good to me. But it's not, like I said, it's not really a science. Right. So just knit that onto the 3rd DPN and then go in for that last stitch, which is underneath that one we cast on. And then that's the last 2 stitches, and then I'll just transfer these onto the other DPN. So we've now got all of our stitches on 2 DPNs at the moment, but we're now going to work them onto magic loop. Okay, so we've got the 8 stitches and 8 stitches, so those 16 are from the waste yarn, and then we've got the extra 2 stitches on both sides that we picked up. So I'm now going to go back to my magic loop. It might seem that it seems a convoluted way of doing it, but I just prefer to work that first round onto DPNs and then start magic loop. I mean, like I said, just do it whatever feels comfortable for you. So on the first round, we need to get rid of one of those extra stitches that we picked up, because we just want to have 18 in the end. At the moment we've got 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, we've got 20. So all we're going to do is just knit the first 2 stitches together, which is the 2 stitches that we picked up. So we're just going to knit those together. And then knit across the rest. Get rid of that DPN, and then we can just pop those onto the cord. And then just do the same on the other side, but obviously it's the last 2 stitches that we are knitting together. So just knit to those last 2 stitches. And then knit 2 together. We can get rid of the DPNs now. So if you prefer to do all that just using magic loop, then of course go ahead and do so. So just get these back on. I pulled that last stitch a bit tight, there we go. So we've now got 18 stitches, and we're just working back in magic loop now. So we've got all our stitches back on, we've done our best to close those gaps. So now you can just follow your written instructions. So we've just got a few rows of stocking stitch and then 4 rows of a knit 1, purl 1 ribbon, and then just bind off as you did for the top of your mitt. Now it might be that you want to work your thumb a little bit longer than that. I'll just pop it on my hand. Or you might want it a bit shorter. It's entirely up to you. I mean, it could be, if you prefer just a really small thumb, you might just want to pick up those stitches, work that 1 row, and then go straight to your ribbing, if that's how you prefer it. So, I mean, you can customise it however you want. I actually knit 5 rows of stocking stitch and then 4 rows of ribbon, and then just bind off, and you'll be finished. So you'll have a lovely pair of Pippi mitts all ready to be worn. So I really hope you enjoyed that series, and show us your photos, let us know how you've got on. So the PDF with the written instructions will be attached to this final video, and you can go ahead and finish your Pippi mitts and show us your pictures of them. So there we go, I really hope you enjoyed that, and that's the Pippi mitts.